That song's a little bit familiar. What are you? Do they have a list? Yes, they do. Huh. Apparently it's horse riding music from Breath of the Wild. Why do I recognize this if I've never played that? Strange. Maybe I've heard it in another compilation. But anywho, it's time to set us up a game. Make sure everything's working properly. Yes. Hello anyone, Mr. Skysen here, and welcome to Long Live the Queen. A game that I have played a few times before, not necessarily for the channel, on my own time, a little bit on Twitch. Have never won. I figure maybe I'll get lucky this time, I don't know. It's one of those princess builder type games, I suppose. Not exactly choose your own adventure, but you control your fate. You train her up, you pass skill checks, or more often than not, don't. And try not to die, because there's so many ways to die. Also, I was originally going to play something else. I was thinking about coming back to Abyss Odyssey finally, after like a year or two, but some stuff came up. It kind of changed my mood for playing it. I wanted to play something a bit more laid back. And this is what I came up with. Not exactly my first choice, but I figure why not? Bit more text-based, but it's fine. Start the game. We're almost home. Your room is just the way you left it. This is apparently our papa. His regalness. And this is us, little Lodi. Small child girl of 14 years. With the adorable eyes, and yes, I do realize that I am slightly in the way, but you can see enough of her. But she's all sad now. I know it's hard to leave your school and all your friends, but I've arranged the best possible tutors for every subject. You'll have to work hard this year to prepare yourself before your 15th birthday, but I know you can do it. Because when we turn 15, we become the queen of everything. And, well, that's a lot of pressure. You'll learn quickly and you'll make a wonderful queen. It's what your mother would have wanted. This is not what mother would have wanted. She would have wanted to be alive. Yeah, she would have wanted to... She wouldn't have wanted to die and leave me. Yeah, her mother, dead. Father, alive, but slightly stubborn. And meanwhile, little Lodi is just kind of caught in the middle of a lot of stuff, and it's all sad. No, she wouldn't. But sometimes bad things happen. We have to pick up and carry on. All of Nova depends on us. On you. I will be here to guide you until your coronation. But the decisions you make are ultimately up to you. Come, your maids are waiting. My maids? Welcome to Long Live the Queen. If this is your first time playing, you should read a brief introduction on how it works. I've played this before. I'll be the one giving us a quick rundown of things. It takes a little bit getting through the tutorial, and it's a little bit on the chatty side. Yoink. So, starting us off, this is the main screen. This is where we begin all of our days. You can see her face there, that's her mood. Get mood, you get a little mood chart. You can take part in activities, which that happens between things, so we'll get to that later. You can take part in activities, and sometimes just because of events that happen, your mood can change. Right now, we're all afraid and very much depressed because our mommy is dead. Skills? These are, obviously, our skills. Depending on your mood, you get the little thing up here. Current mood, depressed. Whatever mood you feel the greatest is the current mood. So even if you got a few other things like close to it, whatever is the highest on the bar, there you go. That's your overriding mood. We get a bonus to expression and animal handling, which is animal handling down here. We get a +1. Expression, a +1. So if we do training, that part I actually forget some of the details on. A +1, obviously very good. I think it's sort of like getting a double boost to your training. So say we did this right now, we would, like voice. If it were 0, we'd get like 5 points in training. With the +1, we get 10 points, and it's nice. Unfortunately, we do something like conversation where we've got a -2. If you got a -2, you learn nothing. Roll demeanor, -1. So you get like half the gains. So, you know, you don't want to bother if you got a negative going on unless you just really need it. And, well, you want to change your mood in order to work with that. But basically, if you got a -2, there's literally no point. You will gain nothing. Anything else? Neutral stuff? Basic gains. It's good to take advantage of things. It's good to try to change your mood so you can take better advantage of other things. So as it is, if we were to take classes, it would be likely recommended work on expression, get voice, maybe, instrument, or animal handling. Thing is, the game is full of checks, skill checks, and you'll constantly be either succeeding or failing depending on how high your skill checks are. I've played the game a few times. I've literally only ever seen a check for dogs once, and it feels arbitrary. Because it's a thing where she's eating some chocolates. Spoilers. She eats chocolates at one point in the game. And if you don't have dog skill, you fail at dogs. No dogs are present in the scene. It's just a little girl eating chocolates that somebody sent her. And there's a dog check. I can only put that in as filler. But yeah. Penalty. I forgot to carry on about that. Penalty to royal demeanor, conversation, and athletics. Because she's all depressed and stuff. She can't do athletics. You're sad, you're depressed, you don't want to go running. Animals, on the other hand, good for lightening the mood. You get outfits. We don't have outfits. You unlock them by getting good at skills. On that note, I hate the default outfit. I mean, it's a school uniform. It's just sort of whatever. But it makes her look like a wooden plank with arms and a head. Something about the art just feels weird. There's no shape. It's just a rectangle. That's odd. Anywho. We need to figure out some skills to work on. I have, in the past, tried different focuses. My main focus is military, because there's a major point in the game where military is important. But then obviously, if I put all my focus on that, then oops, I failed like every check aside from that. Which is difficult, because you need to maintain some kind of balance. It's one of those types of games you can try a few times on your own, but then you're just gonna need to follow a guide. Seems almost mandatory. But I'm stubborn, and I'm not going to do that. I will, however, work on, I think, voice and instrument for right now. Until we can do something to alter her mood. Because I'm thinking, today, I'm going to try to work on mystical. There are other things that I would like to work on. Unfortunately, I forget how to pass some of the early checks. You want to work on mystical. Right now we cannot do lumen at all, but we will be able to soonish. But, big stinky butt. You need a lot of skills to do that. So, gonna go for now, voice and reflexes maybe? Excuse me, I could double down on voice, take advantage of the +1. But again, you kinda wanna... Places. You kinda wanna get a sort of balance going. And let's see, what was it? Expression, voice. You take your pick. The details pop up over here, so like intrigue, there's all those things. Medicine, there's those things. Expression, all over here. Voice. What was I gonna do? Agility and reflexes, because I don't remember what all I need, but reflexes are a good thing. I need to make it so I can get royal demeanor going, so I can get some composure. Presence. Conversation is also good for the court manners, flattery. Like anything with conversation is important, because we're trying to be queen. But we're all depressed and have a -2 to that, so we can't do that. So we're gonna work on singing. Also, the music sounds nice today. Log. Oh yeah, I think that's just saving, maybe. No, log is like, here's the events, right? Go to menu stuff, that's where you can save. Doesn't really matter though, if you die, poof, save file's gone. I think. Or not. I don't know. Anyway, I've dawdled for way too long. We're done here. Boom. You do a studies? Bonus from being depressed? So we got an extra 5 to 10 points from doing the studies because of that +1. You practice deep breathing exercises to build up your ability to sustain a note. And of course, being, wait, voice. Did I double up on voice? Oops. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. On the right side, now I don't have to worry about training voice quite as much. You learn the differences in resonance between the chest, the head, and the nose. You learn about different vocal ranges, from the most profound bass to the rare coloratura soprano? I've never heard that phrase before, or word. Yeah, now I'm up to 30. What's all that noise outside? Who's there? Oh, it's my cousins. And my aunt and uncle. Darling, we were so terribly sorry to hear about your mother, Fidelia. Thank you. You look well, niece. Hi, Lottie. Yeah, we get Lottie, or Lodi, and we get, yeah, I think we get Lodi and Lottie. So like, yay, names. Hi, Lottie. I haven't seen you in ages. Will you be staying long? Yep. Mommy said that we're here all month. Oh boy. Yay, we're cheerful. Maybe we'll have some time to talk later. Yeah. And then we get the midday stuff, classes are over, and we get to choose things that can affect our mood. So we can go talk to Papa, which may or may not change our mood. It can have varying outcomes depending on the mood, the moment. And then we have the mood-altering things. You can go attend court, which makes you yielding, depressed, and pressured. Delightful. Explore castle. We can be lonely and afraid because we're wandering around an old dusty castle. We can visit the dungeons, but right now it does nothing for us. Possibly because we're all depressed and junk. I think the main thing is it adds anger, but I could be wrong. And of course, since we have new company, we can go speak with them. I don't know if I want to do that right now. We can attend service. Service is an interesting one. A lot of the things will, add stuff. Visit the tomb, bunch of dead people makes you more depressed and afraid. We've already got that going on. We don't want to do that. But, mood. The service, I think, always affects these, and it's always a minus. So say you got, like, more afraid than anything. But in service, you're less afraid. I think it also maybe affects cheerful. Basically, it works to keep these two flatlined. I don't think it does anything to these. So attend service. It's interesting. Play with toys. Be all happy fun time. So it makes you cheerful. A bit lonely because you're playing alone, which is weird. And yielding, which I'm not entirely sure why. Walk in the gardens. It's nice, it's peaceful. But I guess you're walking alone so you feel lonely, but it's cheerful. Sneak out. Willful. Lonely. Why lonely, though? So many things make you lonely in this, and I don't know why. But I would like to become a little bit more cheerful. Also, a little bit more willful? Basically, I want to do something that makes it so I can be more physically active and upbeat, able to do the conversation skills and such, you know. So, everything, you can get a +2 to yielding on that. Everything else is just ones. And these two at the moment are effectively the same thing, but this makes me lonely, and well, we kind of don't want that. So let's just attend service. Be slightly less depressed. And now she's more afraid than anything. Mood. Even though they are tied, I guess there are like micro points, decimals, stuff like that. And so now it has her as being more afraid than anything. I don't know how that works exactly, it just does, so I roll. So, being afraid, we're neutral on conversation. Current mood, afraid. Bonus 2, agility and faith. Oh my, those are things that we need. Penalty 2, royal demeanor. That was already present, so okay. Weapons, intrigue, and military. Now, unfortunately for me, can't do the intrigue and military. In the past, those have been things that I've tried to focus on. I'm still going to need to focus on those at least a little bit, but I gotta take what I can when I can. What is that music? It's Animal Crossing. We'll just have to deal with it. At least it's not full-on singing. Let's see. What do I want to do? I was already working on expression. I can't remember what all I need, though. Pity that I don't have at least neutral on royal demeanor, because I really need that composure for early on. I guess we can work on agility, reflexes. Yes. And faith, divination. Lore, I wonder what that does. Let me see. So reflexes and divination. At least for now. Yeah, right. So, skills. Dude, not good. Why did I go to that? Places. Yes. Agility, reflexes. Faith, divination. Because she's afraid. People who are scared turn to faith. So you get the bonus. Why the agility? I don't know. I guess fight or flight? Flight mode kicking in. Ta-da! 15 points. Your teacher walks around you, prodding a finger at you slowly in order to train you in blocking those touches without triggering fear or faster breathing. Ooh, neat. That sounds useful. I probably should have doubled down on it instead of going into the divination first, but oh well. You live, you learn, etc. You learn that the gods cannot be forced to divulge information about the future, and that the most powerful omens are those which arrive unexpectedly. What's that commotion outside? Father, what's going on? I have come to pay my respects in honor of your mother. You have no respect or honor. It's because of you and your powers that my wife is dead. What? I'm a Lumen, as was she, and like every Lumen I am willing to give my life if necessary to protect our domain. This magical girl speak. Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. That is for the crown princess to decide. Elodie, your mother trusted me, and I have much to teach you. Yeah, you can let her stay, have further dialogue. You can have her arrested. I don't know what that would do, it seems unwise. Or you can send her away, then just never have to deal with it. I'm gonna let her stay. I want to hear what she has to say. She stays. Yeah, all determined and willful now. As you wish. And then we get dialogue with you. I don't know what my mood is. Probably still afraid. Yeah, because that's only on the first little mark there. I don't know what happens if she goes all in on one emotion. It's probably just there. Probably doesn't matter so long as one thing is above all the others. I don't even know what happens if you max out everything. Maybe she has a mental breakdown. So let's go speak with you, much as I would like to alter my mood. What is it you wanted to teach me? First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal. What crystal? This is early on in the game, and they're giving you checks like that. If I had gone with lore instead of the divination, would I have passed that? Or would I have needed to go all in from the beginning? That much I do not know. I'm actually wondering, nothing else has come into play right now. Could I reset that? Nah, we'll continue on with it. If mistakes happen, then they happen. I'm just kind of curious if it plays out differently, to any significant degree, if I'm able to pass more of the lore-based things. The source of power for any lumen is a particular magical crystal. Once you've bonded with it, it becomes a part of you as long as you live. Because I figure if we take the lore class, we would just learn this regardless. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that the king may be keeping it from you. Do you have a crystal? Of course. Shazam! Giant crystal that takes over the castle and the world ends. She holds out her hands. Light flickers above her bosom. Giggity. And then, with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. It looks all gooey. You reach out to touch it, and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh. Well, that sucks. I wanted to touch it. It looked all gooey. It belongs to me. No one can take it from me until I die. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you. Well, here we are. All scared and stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain. As you take the classes, you start to build up your own bonus. So since I doubled up on that one, by mistake, admittedly, I got 30 points to voice, so I got 0.30 bonus. It adds up over time and turns out kinda nice. And it can even negate a -1, and if you do it long enough, a -2. Although, fair chance, if you've done it long enough to negate a -2, you're pretty well up there and won't really need to bother. See, we got a 1.15 there. That's gonna be a good bonus if I do that. So I think we'll stay the course, do more reflexes, and divination. So, places, reflexes, divination. Up to 30, and then some. You practice with a jump rope to increase the speed of your footwork. You practice solo tennis, hitting a ball against the wall repeatedly in order to train your hand and your eye to react, so hand-eye coordination. You may now play sports on the weekends, and yes, depending on what you do, you can unlock extra things to do in the free time, which is nice. I think if you do enough military training, you unlock the military barracks. If you do enough training with horses, I think, you get a little horse track. Pretty sure. It's either the horses or the falcons, I forget. Or it could have been dogs. Point is, the animals, and you unlock animal-related thing. I just forget offhand which it is. Dropping your favorite plate has bad luck. A statue spontaneously shattering is a bad omen. Yeah, and also bad luck. Like, holy crap. It just shattered. You read about well-known signs of bad fortune. Wells turning sour, dry lightning. What is dry lightning? I can only assume that that's lightning that happens when a storm is not going on. Strange fish caught in nets. Strange women handing out swords. Malformed babies being born. And so on. He loves me not. Lottie, do you have a boyfriend? Not really. I just like to play with the flowers. And their eyes are all sparkly, for they are youthful. All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ursel rushes into the garden and points a sword at you. An ambush. Whoops. Apparently I had a save point at some point. Neat. Return please. I didn't mean to do that. Apparently if you click off the screen at the bottom, it brings that up. Neat. Yeah, sword. Oh no. Not you. No, not at you. At your feet? Princess, don't move. I choose to hold still. Unfortunately, I do not have composure skill for my, my skills have the -1 to that. I've not been able to train that. Spoilers, we're gonna fail. Composure, fail. It's one of those things you just gotta know. I've managed to deal with that once, and it went okay. Kind of. You want to hold still, but you don't have the composure to hold your position without peeking. You look down where her sword is pointing. There's a snake in your boots. I mean the grass. I'm all afraid now, help. You can't help it. You squeak and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike. No. Your cousin pushes you aside and the snake's fangs sink into her leg. Lottie. Too late. Juliana swings her sword and cuts off the snake's head. What is going on out here? Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous. Poisonous or venomous? Get an herbalist right away. I will treat my daughter. I certainly can't trust anyone here to keep her safe. Well, I mean, get her a medic either way, lady. I'm sorry. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. I mean, Mommy. We will be returning home to Merva immediately. But what about the venom and stuff? I don't care. Alright. Your aunt has a point. Milk vipers are not native to this area. That snake should never have been here. Someone may have tried to kill you. Will Charlotte be okay? And this is going to be another skill fail. I don't know. Oh, never mind. I thought it would be because we didn't know enough about poisons we would fail. But yeah, if you have composure, you can pass that. But it still plays out pretty much the same. So a lot of the skill checks, maybe they matter, maybe they don't. Some of the major ones obviously matter because it's a matter of life and death. This one, I guess it's sort of a test type thing. Like see if the player is paying attention. Like, there's no risk to you because it always plays out the same. But it can alter some things, I guess maybe down the line. I don't want to spoil too much. Point is, consequences. And we can play sports and get all angry. I guess because competitive nature? I don't really know what that. Yeah, it can make us angry, which will make us slightly less afraid. And that's maybe a good thing. But I might risk making us more depressed and no longer capable of doing the training that we have been. So, Although what I can do is I can go talk to Papa. Because right now we still got the fear boost. So maybe we want that. Weird as that sound. Dad, what happened to Mom's lumen crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No. Aw, but it's mine. Meddling with magic killed your mother. I don't want that to happen to you. Once you're crowned queen, I can't stop you from doing anything you want. But for now, you are still a child. I mean, that's a year away, guy. Which we got the clock up in the top right. So I guess we have a limited amount of time. But again, I've never made it to the end, so I don't know. I think I've made it close to the end before, but, well, I can't go on without, potential spoilers, so I won't. So what do I want to do? What I need to do is start working on economics. So let's look into accounting. I don't got a boost to it. I don't know what would give me a boost to it. Possibly cheerful, but I could also work on conversation or lore. I think I'm gonna go for lore. Lore and accounting, yes, because I know that I need accounting or something in economics for the Lumen quest. This is gonna be a weird playthrough for me. So places. Go ahead with lore, economics, accounting. Yes. I also need to work on presence. There's a lot of stuff you need to work on in this game. And again, I feel like if you don't have a guide, it is really hard to make progress. Especially quick progress. You brush up on basic mathematics with the help of an abacus. Simple. And of course we only got 10 points for that. Because there was no bonus, just neutral. Only a Lumen can channel magic, and only with the help of an attuned crystal. Hey, there's that thing! The ability to control a crystal seems to be inherited, so crystals can be passed from parent to child upon the Lumen's death. Oh my. The castle seems quieter with Charlotte and Emery and Zara and their parents gone. Yeah, we only ever get introduced to Charlotte, so I don't know why these two are mentioned. To my knowledge, we never see them. And they're never mentioned. It's certainly not empty, though. It seems like we get a lot more servants every day. I was so hurried about Charlotte after that snake bit her. Ah, here it is. Poison failed. Yeah, how are you supposed to pass all of the checks? I gotta look up a guide after this, or a video for the game. I wanna see 100% passing of all the checks. Because I know some of the skill checks and all, but I'm wondering if it's actually possible to pass each one with how much stuff you have to juggle in the game. But her mother said she's okay, so I guess it turned out alright. She's dead, you know. Maybe she has a guardian angel. No. Alright, so we spoke with Papa and he was like, no. So let's go back to the Duchess. Much as I would love to work on my mood, we need plot. My father says I can't have the crystal until I'm queen, so we'll just have to wait. There may not be time to wait. This world is filled with dangers, and you will need to get the powers of a Lumen to fight them. You can't begin training until you have bonded with your crystal. Yeah, and that's why we can't do the Lumen skills. I'm assuming she becomes the entire teacher for that. Tutor? Whatever. Oh, what else am I supposed to do about it? He says no. The crystal is probably held under guard in the royal treasury. You are the princess. You should be able to find a way inside. The treasury, the thing with money, ruled by economics. Otherwise, we might have to take drastic action. Wait until I'm older, try to find a way. What drastic action? What do you mean by drastic action? Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Try to reach the crystal. If you can't, come talk to me again. Yeah. And now I get options. Precisely 2 options. I'm assuming drastic actions is like we blow a hole in the wall and take the thing. Well, I get the feeling that risks me dying or otherwise negative outcomes. But right now, we all are scared and need to work on other things. So I'm figuring maybe a little bit more on the lore and a little bit more on the accounting. Weird as it feels doing these. Because I'm having to bypass everything else to work on stuff I don't normally, and I have no clue if this is going to work out for me. Like, I'd like to work on flattery, court manners, public speaking, and royal demeanor, but I can't. because I have to focus on other things. I don't know about meditation, though. Oh, point. You cannot just go all in on something. You have to get all 3 skills up to, I believe, a minimum of 25 before you can carry on, like, maxing out anything. Why? I don't really know. So I guess we just stay the course. No. Was I working? Yes. Lore, yes. Divination's already to 30. You study the manipulation of larger quantities through direct calculations, using written numbers instead of an abacus. The kings and queens of Nova have all been lumens for centuries, but in modern times, magic is only used for ceremonial occasions and the direst of emergencies. Long, long ago, the continent of Borealis was ruled over by a single witch king, until a rival line of lumens challenged for the crown. The resulting war went on for 100 years, with powerful spells that damaged the land so badly that even now, no plants will grow. That's pretty bad. One of the maids approaches you for attention. My lady, couriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna. We have a Duke of Sedna? Yeah. We're gonna start seeing a lot of these. Like anything for like history, intelligence, etc. And then we're about to get scolded, or at least frowned upon by our maid. No, my lady, the Duchy of Sedna isn't to last. His sweat drop and everything. She's like, why are we being ruled by this idiot? They have brought you a letter and a gift. Condolences on the death of... Deeply regret. Best wishes. Oh, what a beautiful necklace, and another failed. Court manners! Yeah, because of those things I can't work on, because I'm trying to work on other things. Something sparkly will make me feel better. Uh-huh. I like shiny things too, but this is, regal matters. You need to sort your stuff out. So, there it is. Visit the treasury. I do not have the skills for this, probably, but we're gonna check anyway. Accounting, failed. Presence, failed. So now we know what we need there. You try to talk your way past the treasury guards, but despite eyelash fluttering, foot stomping, and outright threats, they won't budge. But we are, I guess, willful. Oh, jeez. Okay, when did that happen? I guess that happened as a result of doing that? I wasn't paying attention. Well, now that we are willful, we no longer care about royal demeanor at all. That's bothersome. And that completely demolished my ability to study in economics. Well, that's concerning. It also got rid of my faith bonus, but as you can see here, economics should be -2, but since we did a little bit of the training, we're still not going to be able to train in it, but we will get a very small amount from the train. Yeah, the 0.2 whatever. So yeah, not worth it. And of course we lost this, but we still have a total of 65, so 0.65. I could put that into meditation, that way I can get more going on with the faith. What do I have a bonus in? Got a bonus 1 to intrigue, military, and lumen. Can't do lumen, obviously. I need to work on, what was it? Presence? Which I can't do. Nah. This just got complicated. Definitely a game you want a guide for, huh? Let's double down on meditation for the moment until we can work on that mood. Meditation, yes. Faith and meditation. Done. You practice assuming a sitting position. I just noticed the number. Since it's not a 15, we're only going to get up to 20. We're going to be just short of 30. So much for getting that. You practice assuming a sitting position that allows you to be relaxed and tranquil without being so relaxed that you are likely to fall asleep. Yeah, just short. 3 more, or not even 3 more points, and we'd have gotten a double there. You close your eyes and relax every muscle of your body, and in turn, letting that feeling travel down through you from your head to your fingertips and toes. You've unlocked a new outfit. Oh boy. Yeah, once you get the 25 and everything, you get a new outfit for that skill. As you are walking, you spot a familiar figure in the palace gardens. It's the Duchess of Ursel. Maybe I should go and say hello. Then you notice that seated beside her is a woman in the robes of a priestess. They are very close together, their hands gently touching as they speak. Gasp! Priestess! Looks like she's busy. You turn and walk in a different direction so as not to disturb them. At that moment, you notice something unusual. It looks like someone just left the palace grounds by going over the hedge. Oh no. Was that a servant, a thief, or an assassin? Run and hide, call the guards, climb up to look over the hedge. As curious as I am, you know, I've had this happen before, and I've always called the guards. Typically, spoilers, they find nothing. Running and hiding may not do much, but it may add to, points to afraid. Just this once, I'm gonna climb up and look. What's the worst that could happen? We die? Climbing failed. Right. You look around for something to climb, but you're not sure if the nearby trees can support your weight. You run over to a statue to try to pull yourself up onto the pedestal, but it's too awkward to get your feet in place. By this time, whoever you saw is probably gone anyway. Yeah. So, whoops. On the bright side, we didn't get any further mood-affecting things. Then again, being less willful and more afraid may have been to benefit. Point is, same outcome as if I had called the guards. If I had had better climbing skill, maybe something. Make you less afraid? No. We need you to be more yielding. Lonely and afraid, willful and angry. Yeah, we don't need that. Angry, yielding, lonely, cheerful. Let's play with some toys. And now we're back to being afraid. Which we still can't do royal demeanor. Pity. I think I gotta be cheerful for that. But we can go back to doing neutral economics and faith that we are almost at 2. Nice. We're going to go into divination. And I guess stay on accounting. Oh yeah, we get a new outfit. Priestess robe. Boosts faith. Boom. Looks like something you'd see in an RPG-based anime. I don't like the little headpiece though. Looks weird. Anywho, as you do the 25 points to each sub-skill under a major skill, you unlock outfits, sometimes locations, and they give you a little boost. So skills, boom, we get artificial inflation to these points, which can be a nice benefit. Let's see, what was I doing? Yes, accounting and divination. Places. Divination. Could double down on the divination. But I do need that accounting. So, the accounting. And there we go, we got 50 points, alright. You read about signs that have presaged famous disasters, such as the seas running red before the doom shadow fell upon Nova 200 years ago. Oh my. You read about King Latimer, and how he knew he was destined for greatness when he saw the shape of a crown in a spider's web. Neat. You study money lending and the controversies involved in charging interest. According to the Druids, one should always return more than one is loaned, or else the debt have no value to the world. Gave no value to the world. The Druids? Huh, alright. As you're walking up the stairs, a maid comes running down holding a tower pile of linen. Here comes more fails, unless I have just enough in the reflexes. Elegance, failed. Reflexes, success. You swiftly step aside and let her pass. But we did not do so elegantly. You get a lot of these that don't really go anywhere. So I don't know if it's just something to keep you on your toes as a player, or if it can actually lead to something if you pass them deftly. Mood. We are still willful, but I think we are still more afraid than that, considering our bonus. So I want us to be slightly more yielding. I think if I try to visit the treasury right now, especially lacking presence, it'll just wind up accidentally making us more willful, and we don't need that. We need yielding. So I guess I want to go back to play with more toys. I can get a double from attending court, but it also gives me a few other things. Depressed and pressured, which goes up there. Well, we are flatline in depression, so I guess okay. And making us pressured will flatline us there. Dang, that's actually not so bad. Cool. Yielding, depressed, pressured. Sitting in on court sessions is not fun at all, but it pleases your father and it may be important for your future. Yeah. Mood? Ta-da! Now we're slightly better. And skills? We already knew what we had there, but look at that in the faith. 2.12. That's quite the bonus. Still not so much in economics, but we're getting there. And they should probably at some point work on production. Or trade? Tough call. Really need to work on everything else soon. I hate that I'm not able to work on these because I'm trying to work on everything else. Or what few things. I don't know if I need reflexes for anything else, so it's nice that I was able to pass that one check. Dancing we'll need. Flexibility? I'm less sure. I'm sure everything has its own check at some point, and it just depends on how you play the game. Like some of these things I don't know. Ciphering, in my playthroughs, I have never come across. Dogs, again, only come up once, and it seems arbitrary. Like, they put dogs there for the training, and they were like, oh crap, we don't have a check. Let's just put it with this. Dogs can't have chocolate, so maybe she needs to know that. More divination? Or lore? I'm not really sure. Let's go divination. Just pump it up. Yeah, basically let's stay the course, yeah. Divination, accounting, yes. I do that way too often, but in a game like this, it's really good to, you know, weigh your options. Like, I deliberate way too much, but it's kind of a big deal in one of these. You read about animal omens, in particular the flights of birds. Nudge, nudge. You learn about signs which sometimes appear in grounds or leaves at the bottom of a cup. Oh, grounds, like, coffee grounds and things like that, alright. The leaves I knew about, the grounds kind of threw me. Yeah, look at that, 72 points. Doing okay. Yeah, still a little bit off from 50. You study bookkeeping and the art of notating incomes and expenditures, as well as how to determine the amount of funds a solvent business needs to keep on hand in order to continue functioning. Yay, we know how to do business now. There is a man here to see you. He wishes crowdfunding for a project of his. See, now this is why I also wanted to look into production or trade. Remember, the treasury is not unlimited. If you choose to invest, you will have less money to work with later. Your Royal Highness, have a plan to print books using metal letters which can be moved and reused. Movable, print? What sorcery is this? I need to borrow 875 lassie to assemble the metal and a factory to mold the metal, and a factory to mold and cast the type. With this system, we will be able to create new books in a fraction of the time it takes now, and make copies to send all over the world. Uh-huh. Are you trying to educate the peasantry? Fail. I didn't need to know economics, I needed to know production and trade. Bummer. I don't know much about factories or trade. Would that really be worthwhile? We are not interested. Well, there goes educating the peasantry. Mood. Still afraid. Still okay. Do I need presents for the treasury? I'ma risk it, and we're gonna go. Partial success. Angry and willful. You try to explain to the guards that you need to visit the treasury in order to get an accurate report of the domain's finances. They waver slightly, but in the end, they stand by your father's commands. I need more presents. We know this now. Mood? Slightly more willful, but we're still more afraid than willful. Alright. So, skills? We need more accounting. Should probably work on lore a little. I'm keeping her afraid, which good and bad. I wish I knew what to do for economics. That way we could get a bigger boost there. Speed through some of the training. Let me do... I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll do one more round of each. Places. But... No. Not one more round of each. Once you get up to 50, that's it. Unless you get the others up to 25, it stops. So if I were to do that now, I'd get 10 points. I'd only get like 7 points, if even. So that'd be waste. So we need to work on trade and production. I caught it though, so that's what's important. Trade. Divination or lore. Just go all in on the divination. We will be so divine, we'll be a prophet. So close to 100. You study the interpretation of dreams, the warnings that dreams are easily forgotten, with warnings that dreams are easily forgotten, misremembered, or warped by thoughts and desires, rather than true vision. You study the stars and learn about the omens they hold, with warnings that the stars are seen by all, and their portents may not be meant for you. So basically, fortune-telling's a scam, and may not always apply to everyone. You learn that even the smallest of villages has a central market where locals can trade what they have grown or made with others who have different skills. Yes, commerce. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. Thank you. You don't gotta remind me she's dead, I'm working on it here. However, I must call for your aid. The Exionite occupation of the country of Vibrium has gone on for too long. This is the time to push back. Now, unfortunately, we are likely to fail at this, for we have no military anything, and no regional education, historical anything. Watch and fail. I know there's been some problems with Exion, but I don't know the details. I guess they're occupying Southern Mare? Military, fail. I don't know anything about the military. I don't want to fight. There must be a peaceful way to settle this. I will send for diplomats from Exion and try to come to some arrangement. Thank you, Your Highness. Your Highness, if I may ask, that necklace you're wearing, where did it come from? It was a gift from the Duke of Sedna. Then you have made arrangements with him? What sort of arrangements? Yeah, failing another one. Your Highness, that is a courting gift. The man wishes to gain your hand in marriage. Oh, I didn't realize. Well, looks like we're going to be married by 15. Oh boy. Well, we are afraid and depressed. I don't know which one we are more. I do that, I make us less afraid, then we would be full on with the depressed. Lonely and cheerful? Yeah, why not? Going for a walk in the garden. A walk in the fresh air helps you forget shoulders. Still afraid. And a little bit lonely. Well, we are artificially at 100 divination. Huzzah. Okay, now I need to start working on other things. Still gonna be working on economics. But I can start putting towards anything else. I just don't know what. Working on any of these would be dandy. But I got a boost to agility. Got a little bit on voice. I'd love it if I could work on presence, but I would barely be getting anything. I think I'd get like 5 points in training. So yeah, no. Public speaking? Or should I stick with what I have points to? Economics and dancing, why not? I was already on economics on that one, wasn't I? Oops. Wait, no, it's down here. Okay, cool. So, stay with trade. You practice curtsying, standing and walking across the floor in a graceful manner. You learn that individual peddlers travel between villages and cities, some on foot with packs and mules, others riding horses or wagons. Sometimes different wagons group together to form a caravan. The representative from Ixion is here. Be careful. No one wants to give up prizes that they have won. Now, unfortunately, we are an empty-headed small child who is afraid. We're going to fail a lot of things and potentially die. You have the full support of my sister and myself, Your Highness. Let's get this over with. She is less pleasant. Novan history failed. Your Royal Highness, thank you for granting me this audience. I am sure we can come to an amicable agreement. Let bygones be bygones, no? We will forget about your unprovoked attacks on us, and you will transfer the rights to this little province. Yeah. Because if you learn on the history, you learn about these details. Foreign affairs failed. We can be good neighbors again without any lives being lost. Foreign affairs failed. Foreign intelligence failed. You get big moments like this, and there are just so many things that get failed. Execute him, send a message. Bluff and intimidate. We don't have the presence for that. Offer him money. Surrender the province. If you're able to pass more of the checks, you get slightly different things. And the option to go to war. Gonna offer him a little bit of money and see what happens. That is not acceptable. All the land north of the river belongs to us. We are willing to offer some payment in exchange for the inconvenience you have suffered, but nothing more. I believe we could settle this matter for 8,000 gold and lassie. That's a lot. That's more than all the mayor pays in taxes in a year. It's far too much. We got, I think that was partial success? Make a counter-offer. You and I both know that's more than the land is worth. 4,000 lassie is more than generous. Then we accept your generosity. Phew, at least that's over with. Yeah, what does that do to our funding, though? That can be detrimental. I think it's actually better if you go to war with them. Just smash them down with your troops. Now, though, you gotta worry about us being willful still. Depressed. Oh, we don't need that. Or do we? I did to make you more cheerful. Lonely. Nah, it's a thing. I'll make you too lonely, and then that'll be your main thing, huh? lonely and cheerful. Yes, same thing. Make you less lonely, more angry. Yeah, but then you'd be more willful. But willful? There's nothing that just makes you, cheerful. This is risky, but I'm gonna do it. Still afraid. Why am I keeping you afraid? No, jeez, not what I expected. Let me see. So I need to keep working on this stuff. I think. Oh yeah, I gotta get production up to 25 now so I can keep going on with, accounting. Or if I get production to 25, I'll get the outfit, and then I can just wear that. Yes, the better option. Still gotta work on presents though. I should have done something... I can work to make her more cheerful. I just gotta worry about balancing everything else out because of that loneliness thing. So I guess for now, production and dancing. I don't like it, but we're gonna do that. Dancing and production. You practice walking on the arm of a partner and following their cues to pause and turn while keeping your eyes closed. You practice different partner dance positions, closely held at a distance and non-contact, and the appropriate hand placement for each. Ooh. You learn that Sunset Bay off the coast of Duchy Mazomba is a prime location for fishing. Oh boy. There are reports that a Keithong has been sighted leaving the old forest. Lore fail. What the? I have studied lore, Torinu. At least a little bit. What's a Keithong? It's a thing you wear to the... it's a beast with the body of an enormous golden cat, a sharp beak, and spikes on its back. Eek. Indeed. Several disappearances in southern Caloris are already thought to be the work of this creature. What do we do? Should we send hunters? The traditional policy on stray beasts is to hope that they return to the forest and stay there. Hunters are no match for such creatures. You would only make it angry and waste more lives. That's a bit of a bummer, isn't it? So, we just let it eat people? Everyone dies in the end. Yeah, but we just let it eat people? We don't have to let them die early. Depressed. Also, there is a letter for you. Talaris, the Duke of Sedna, will be arriving next week for an official visit. Oh boy, that guy that want to marry us. Mood! We are depressed now. Let's make you less depressed. Yeah, there is nothing for, like, double cheer. Attend service. Back to being afraid. Not exactly what I'm after. Let's see. More production. I'm considering. I'm not entirely sure what to do here. Yeah, I had 44 lore and I missed that a moment ago. The heck? Well, that's some music I haven't heard in a very long time. The, Smash Brothers Melee... It's like the little in-between areas where you can get some of your trophies, or... heals, or something like that. It's been a long time. Little challenge area things. Anywho, Flattery? I don't have any bonuses to it, but I feel like it'll be important. Flattery and production. production, conversation, flattery. I gotta make you more cheerful. You learn that it's important to make eye contact when you say nice things about someone. You learn how farmers in the Duchy of Marie, I'm not really sure, rotate between fields for raising crops and fields that lie fallow. You have unlocked a new outfit. Woo! Ah, Your Highness. What a pleasure it is to meet you in person at last. Your description did not do you justice. I'm a little kid. Flattery failed. Yeah. Oh well. The attempt was made. Giggle. I don't know how to deal with handsome older men paying me compliments. I was so pleased to hear that you had accepted my humble offering, a jewel for a jewel, but you are the more precious. I hope that this is only the beginning of a mutually beneficial relationship. A union between us would bring stability to both our peoples. He really does want to marry me, even if it is a political marriage. Well, we don't exactly have the speaking abilities. I accept. I would be honored. Elodie. Your Grace, are you not aware that my daughter has only 14 summers? Come on, guy. Don't be a creep. It's my decision. A betrothal only, of course. There is no need for hurry. You have your coronation to plan for, after all. If I might be of service in any way, please send for me. I will be happy to offer my protection or advice. Was there a willful thing? Not quite sure. But this is my chance. I can make you cheerful. Possibly. I can make you less... Oh, man. I could make her not afraid and actually be flatlined. What would that do to her? Obviously, I would have no advantages on anything, but I'm very curious. Make her angry, which would have the exact same effect. Yeah, no effect. Let's go for a walk in the gardens, and hopefully it makes her cheerful enough. Nope, still afraid. Darn it all. But a new outfit, though. And this one's fun. We got a tuxedo. We're Monopoloni. I love it. Although, it looks less economics and more going to the golem. It's all stiff and stuff. Like a 1920s, oiled hair type stiff. Like fancy for the sake of fancy, but not able to move around all that much. Anyway, she looks terrified to be wearing it, so we gotta start working on that mood. And of course, we've got the boost through here. And we can almost negate a -1 to that and get neutral gains. So that's nice. I don't know that I'll need flattery anymore, so I guess public speaking? Or court manners? I mean, fair chance we're going to die at some point by something. I'm just trying to do the best that I can here. I could work on presence regardless of that -1. No, I'm going to go with public speaking. Because I know that we'll need that for things. What else was there? I mean, I could go further into all of this, but we already passed the accounting check. I just need to work on presence. There's flexibility. I guess. Alright. Not that. There. You practice tongue-twisting sequences of syllables to improve your enunciation. You learn to relax and evaluate the tension in your body, then to practice the different types of motion available to each of your joints, twisting, shifting, and rotating. We almost got a double on that. You are requested to stand in judgment. A woman has been convicted of attempted murder and requests the mercy of the crown. You're the crown. I'm just a princess. Come on, guy. Quit putting all this on me. Your Highness, this slattern dares to beg pardon when she admits that she tried to poison my sister under her own roof. Which sister? Horisande, the Duchess of Mead. Fail. Is she alright? She is unharmed. We caught the culprit in the kitchens before anyone could eat her foul spew. Oh, what do you have to say for yourself? It's justice, it is. Them devils killed me brother and broke me mam's heart. Lied to her, they did, when she went to see why he'd not come back. Said he'd gone for a soldier when he never would. He weren't the only one neither. I waited 10 years for my chance to get my own back. That's justice. You see? She's completely unrepentant. Hang her and be done with it. Internal affairs, fail. I don't know what this is all about. Either way, murder is a serious crime, but... Now, I have tried this multiple times. I can't recall that I've ever had it work well. I can put her to work, but then he just gets ticked right off. I'm going to try imprisoning her, because murder is murder. You have tried to murder a noble of my domain. Excuse me. You have tried to murder a noble of my domain, and I have no reason to believe you wouldn't do it again. You will be imprisoned for the rest of your life. You'll not have me. All of a sudden, she breaks loose from the guards and rushes at you. In your court dress, you are unarmed. You grope for a weapon and find only a heavy golden ornament, which you hurl in her direction. Archery failed. Your missile flies wide of its mark. Before you have a chance to do anything else, your personal guards step into action, cutting the woman down before she can endanger you. Her lifeless body lies bleeding on your carpet. Yeah, that figures. What would happen if I did archery? Would people look well upon me for, like skewering her with the archery thing? I'm a little bit curious about that now. Yeah, if you put her to work, the other guy gets ticked off and lops off her head. So, no matter what, she ends up dying. Because third option is just kill her outright. Yeah, clean that up. Well, that happened. Well, we're cheerful now. I hope. Lonely and cheerful, so I don't know how to sort that. Make you more pressured. The only way to make you more pressured is going to court, and that depresses you. It is hard getting her to be cheerful, you know? Like, just cheerful? Be nice if we could just skip it all together. Now let's go visit the dungeons, that way I don't run the risk of messing this up. I'm really hoping she's going to be cheerful and not lonely. You wander through the castle dungeons, but see nothing of interest. Nobody's been locked away. And we're cheerful, look at her, she's adorable and happy now. She got to see somebody die. And as a result, royal demeanor is now free of penalties. I don't know what we need, unless maybe it's anger or something, for a bonus to it. But we've also got conversation going for us, which is nice. We lost the bonus in agility, but we can still do one more quick train if we want to get that outfit. We can also work on athletics. We got a bonus to that now. I should really work on presence. So let me maybe double down on that. Much as I would like to work on these, we need that presence. Who knows? Maybe it'll be just enough. You practice wearing the royal regalia and looking at yourself in a mirror. Young as you are a queen of the blood. You are your mother's daughter. You are a force to be reckoned with. Or so you tell yourself. You stare at yourself in the mirror and practice focusing and transmitting energy with only your eyes, turning the intensity of your gaze on and off at will. Neat. As you are walking one day in the gardens, you hear a strange sound and look up to see an owl flying overhead. A single dry leaf flutters in its talons. And divination, success, huzzah! An owl in daylight and a dead leaf. Someone important will die in the next few months. You, probably. Interesting, interesting. Because there's usually a check with, falcons? With that, like, you get, like, divination and falcons. But I guess if you have high enough divination, you just know automatically. Neat. When you return to the castle, your father is waiting for you. There is a woman here to see you. She wishes crown funding for a project. Thank you for seeing me, Your Royal Highness. Yeah, we're gonna fail this one. I already know what it is. I come to you on behalf of the people. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. Yeah, you need to know a lot of stuff for that. Thought about training for it. Had other obligations. We failed. Putting all the sick people together? Wouldn't that make them die even faster? You would think so. But no. We are not interested. Uh-huh. Well, I'm still cheerful. So I guess we do the dungeons for no effect. So I can get, you know, cheer bonuses. I should have tried... darn it all. I should have tried the treasury. I may have enough presents. Well, next round. If we don't die. Skills. Let's get more presents. Oh boy, I like presents. Penalty to weapons, intrigue, and military. Because you're so cheerful, you don't want to do military things. Places. Who knows? Maybe this will be enough. You practice using different styles of breathing in order to feel more energetic and let that energy surround you for others to share. You plant your feet in a strong stance, imagining that you are a tree, deeply rooted in the earth. You can feel that power within you and know that you will not be pushed aside. So dramatic. Remember that the Festival of Good Lady is approaching. There will be public celebrations for the commoners, followed by a grand gala for the nobility. A grand ball. There will be dancing. As queen, you would be expected to lead the procession and take part in the ceremonial planting, possibly giving a speech. However, since you are not yet crowned, it is not required, and it may not be safe to expose you to the public. What do you mean, not safe? Assassins. Outside of the castle, you are less well protected. If anyone means you harm, think on it now and decide it later. Will the Duke of Sedna attend the gala? That guy. Nova, and it is a traditional Novan event. Inviting your fiancé might be seen as a statement. Conversation failed. Well, but let's not. Tradition and all that. Maybe some other time. I get the feeling it would either be yielding or willful. There is a letter for you as well. It's from Bione. I went to school with her, but she's a couple of years older than me. Her mother is the Duchess of Mead. She's complaining that her mother still won't let her come home for the holidays. Apparently her uncle Kevin has been acting strangely lately and shouting at shadows. She's bored and looking for an adventure. Well, I don't have any to suggest her. Uh-huh. Mood! Right. Hopefully still cheerful. Yielding and afraid. Boo. Yeah, then she would just be yielding. Oh! Angry. Less lonely, because sport. Willful, but lonely. Less cheerful. Lonely. Aha, right. Let us try this and see what do. Partial success. Angry and willful. Butts. Wait. It was just accounting. It had nothing to do with presents. It was presents the first time around. Could you get by purely on presents, I wonder? Alright, skills. I guess we keep doing accounting. Well, I can't do anything else in presents anyway. We're angry now. So much for that. But, since I have done enough of the training, it's no longer a -1, so that's nice. Public speaking. I should probably work on that. There is the event coming up. But I want to work on accounting too. Man, you think having the outfit on for the boost, that would help, but I guess you just gotta go heavy on it. Alright. Places. Public speaking. Double down. Just checking. Wind Waker music. You take deep breaths and practice speaking loudly and clearly, projecting your voice to every corner of a room. You memorize lists and sonnets, then recite them for your teacher and any castle staff she can round up to serve as an audience. Speaking better than I can. Today is the procession and planting of the Festival of the Good Lady. Will you be leading the parade? If you have any concerns about your safety, please stay here. The people will recover from disappointment. If we lose you, there's no recovery. I will make a speech. Why not? We've only got like 30 points to it, but maybe. Cheerful, willful, pressure. I think that's technically good for me because it brings her back to being cheerful. I'm not afraid. I'm going to be the best parade leader ever, except not. But we don't have elegance. My little girl. You prepare your best gown for the occasion, then walk slowly through the town with your attendants. It would not be appropriate for you to wear a sword, but you do walk with a sturdy golden scepter that's taller than you are. Decoration, failed. Elegance, failed. I forgot we needed decoration. At the end of the route, you help the priestesses turn over the earth for the new tree to be planted. Why we failed decoration and elegance, I'm not really sure. Maybe if we had elegance, we would know not to do that, or maybe you do it elegantly. I don't know. Some of these checks, I don't know. After the blessings are read, you hold up your hands and call for silence so that you can speak. Now then, will we, with our, 30 or so points, pass this or fail? We fail! Unfortunately, all the words you had planned go out of your head when you're faced with the moment. Pity. You manage a few polite sayings about the meanings of the holidays and thank everyone for attending, then turn away, your cheeks red. The procession regroups and returns to the castle. The attempt was made. Mood? Quite cheerful. Alright. Unfortunately, I do believe one of my dogs needs to be let out. So, one moment, and I shall return. And I'm back. At least until the dog needs to be let back in. Foop. Alright, so we are currently cheerful and wish to maintain that. Which may be tricky. If we go there, it'll just make us more, angry and willful? And we don't need that. We don't need to be depressed. We don't need to lose cheer. We could be more angry, but I don't know if that'll mess us up or not. Willful. And it's a hard balance. I guess we'll go for a walk. That'll keep us cheerful. Not that I'm sure it's going to help us all that much. Yeah, but I'm realizing I gotta do 25 points to each of these now. Meh. And I'm still working on accounting. Or was it accounting? No, I forget. Oh, bother. No, I think it kept saying accounting partial success, so I just really gotta know my accounting stuff. Did I not need these? I mean, I'll need them for various things. Yeah, pity that wasn't enough to, make a nice fancy speech for the people. Silver lining, I don't think it matters all that much. Decisions. And again, I can do one quick training in flexibility and get a new outfit for agility. What do? I don't know. I'll go double on accounting, I guess. So weird that I have to go so heavy into accounting to become a magical girl. It's money magic. You learn about the concept of diminishing returns, a point after which spending more on a particular project fails to improve it as much as previous spending did. A double. You study taxation and learn about how past monarchs demanded too much and drove peasants into ruin in order to collect it. Other monarchs demanded too little and drove whole domains into ruin by lacking the funds to sustain and defend them. Oh my. You study the standard operating costs of the domain's military and the amounts needed to commission new ships, soldiers, and knights. That can be important later. Are you ready for the grand ball? I forgot to study for dancing. All the nobles, and the public speaking. And elegance. Yeah, but this is gonna suck. All the nobles in the domain are here to see you, to see their queen. Gulp. You finish dressing and descend the stairs to make the grand entrance. We're gonna see so many fails scroll on by. All around, the rich and powerful pause in their activities to gaze upon you, the ruler of them all. Hopefully we have enough presents. Presents failed, elegance failed, composure failed, decoration failed, like everything. Grapes. And that's just the beginning. Seeing yourself reflected in so many eyes makes you want to run away and hide. Afraid and pressured. After a moment, you force yourself to carry on, but you're sure they've all seen you hesitate. They smell your fear. Your father awaits for you at the bottom of the stairs and offers you his arm. The first dance is for us. He guides you gently around the dance floor, never rushing you. It's fun to dance with your father, but the look in his eyes is so sad. After this, you must choose your own partner. There are a number of men who hope to catch your eye. The Duke of Kegel alone has brought 3 eligible sons, all near your age. But I'm already betrothed to the Duke of Sedna. That does not bar you from dancing. Court manners fail. Boo. I politely decline. Yes. Now, I don't want the Duke of Sedna to think badly of me. I will skip. Very well. Between the dances, there is time for the guests to mingle, chat, and sample tiny bites of exquisite food. Yep, we're gonna fail everything here. You notice that Fabian, the elderly Earl of Titan, is not looking entirely well. Could this have something to do with the omen the owl brought you of death and disruption? No. Fabian is the father of, and regent for, Adair, the young Lord of Eleth. The boy is only 12, years too young to assume his full title. Fail. Tragedy has been a common visitor to the Eleth line. His mother, Kaylee, died in childbirth, and her mother and sister died when Kaylee herself was a very young girl. Whoop. What did I do? Did I right-click or something? Oh. Okay, right-click brings up the save screen. I've already failed far too many things. I don't think saving can save us. If Fabian dies before Adair is of age, there will be a succession crisis in Eleth. Talk to him? Just be nice? Yeah. You know, I hesitated for that reason alone. Lord Fabian, can we talk? You don't look so good, and I'm worried about what will happen to Adair if you die. That's straightforward. He stares at you, and you realize that you've spoken too bluntly for politeness. Oh, new art, alright. Some of my family would claim that I have already lived forever, and could continue to do so. But the mornings do grow colder. I hope to see Adair become a man, but I know that it may not happen. I know she's no blood of his, but I say, leave the boy with Aris, and her blood in Lilla, and her brood in Lilla. Her youngest three are near enough to Adair's siblings. Adele especially. She dotes on him. My other children are too old. Adair's never known them. And his grandfather, well, he and I never settle it who should have known better. We'll never settle it who should have known better. And it's too late now. Still, I would never trust him with Kaylee's son. He pats your hand. Good little girl you are, thinking of me. What will come, will come. He's alright. Adair comes running up to his father. Dad, I got punch on my shoes. You look silly. You leave them to deal with that problem. And what a problem it is. During a lull in the music, Banya, the Duke of Mayor, taps an elegant fingernail against a wine glass, letting the clear note ring out through the room. If I might have your attention, I believe we should offer our compliments to our lovely hostess. Here comes more failures. Her words of wisdom guide us through our difficulties. Everyone applauds politely because they have to. As the gala continues, you take the opportunity to observe nobles that you rarely see. There's Gwenelle, for instance, the young lady of Sudbury, only months older than you, and due to finally inherit control of her duchy soon. Or Adele, the youngest daughter of the Duchess of Lilla, and a fierce sportswoman. She was a few years ahead of you at school, and the absolute terror of the ball fields. Brioni. She had said her parents were leaving her stuck at school this season. Her parents are here, dancing together, the Duke Consort clutching his Duchess possessively tight. Strange that there's no sign of your cousins, though. Shouldn't they be here? She's dead, you know. Your aunt and uncle are here, of course. It would be scandalous if they hadn't come, Merva being so close by. Since magic failed because I cannot do lumen stuff yet. Yeah, you gotta be, like, I don't even know. You gotta quickly alter her mood at the start and start working towards lumen. Meaning you gotta start working towards economy? Or presence, I forget now. Point is, it's rough. You gotta be hyper-focused on things in this game. It's nice to be able to enjoy times with friends and family, isn't it? Well, at least we're cheerful. Willful and angry. Angry. Less cheerful. Depressed and afraid. Lonely and afraid. What was my last bit of training? I forget. Well, either way, I think I'm going to give it another whirl. But first, I do need to go let my dog in. I shall return. And I'm back. Oop, sorry about that. Now let's try this and probably fail. Accounting success! Oh, finally. You overwhelm the guards with facts and figures, explaining that you need treasury access to adjust the royal budget, which may affect their pay packets as well as the taxes assessed on their friends and family. They stand aside. Finally. The glitter is dazzling, but some sixth sense draws you toward one little locked box in particular. This is what you need. This is the crystal that will make you a lumen. You tuck the box into your pocket. You can show it to your mentor later and get instructions on what to do next. Finally. Now look at her, she's so happy about it. Mood, happy. Skills, now we can start learning on the things. I forget what boosts lumen though. What was it, anger? Point is, I need to make her not cheerful. What was it that makes you get the bonus to lumen? Because at this point, I need to start getting real heavy on that training. Anything else I can do? I no longer have to worry about economics, I don't think. May work on presence at least once. Oh, wait, no, would that... That would be a bit of a waste, wouldn't it? Yeah, I would only get like less than 7 points towards it. Because I need to get everything else to 25. Game's a rough balancing act. I don't know what to put towards. Sorry, I genuinely don't know what to put points towards right now. I don't remember what comes up next. I know what the end goal is, and I know that yay, I've got lumen ability now. Military will be important to have, but it's a -2, so I can't do anything about that. I gotta work up anger, I think. So what can I do instead? I don't know. Trade and lore. Why not? I'm just picking something. They have bonuses. The most important trade route in the domain is the Kavala River. It travels through the center of your lands. I just realized I may possibly have screwed up. I need to study poison. Whoops. It travels through the center of your lands, and almost every duchy contains tributaries that feed into the Kavala, allowing goods to be shipped along it by boat. Much of the domain's trade comes from the Western Ocean. The capital city and your castle are located on an island near the mouth of the Kavala River, where it meets the sea. That makes this the most important location for trade in the domain. Neat. 50 points. Legend has it that long ago a horde of Yemeni on the back of tentacled monsters rode into the Valley of Mead, laying waste to all on their path. Their conquest was only halted when Illumin raised the Great Flood to drown the invaders. Ooh. Legend says that the island domain of Malini was once a single island instead of a cluster, until an invading Novan queen raised a terrible pillar of fire that shattered the land into pieces. Ooh. You wander downstairs to visit your father and talk about the latest events in the domain. You're moving with such enthusiasm that you don't realize you're until it's too late to avoid him and his companion. You are too kind, Jocelyn. Countess Siren, not a member of your circles. She's a bit more than a decade your senior, far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old, as noble women go. Yeah, she's like in her 20s. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. Composure failed. How dare she make a move on your father? Shame her with silent scorn. You meet her eyes and imagine your mother's disapproving presence behind you. Failed. She notices your stare, but only smiles at you ever so sweetly. Yeah. No matter how high you get some things, you're still gonna fail it seems. I guess 40 wasn't enough. Darling Elodie, I hope you have been well. Fine. Perhaps we'll be seeing more of each other in the future, now that I'm going to be your new mommy. She gives a little wave and exits. Once she's gone, you raise an eyebrow at your father. This is the path that you have set us on. What do you mean? What did I do? Your acts have made everyone think about preparations for the future. Caloris needs an heir. My brother, your Uncle Armand, is looking for a wife as well. One of us, at least, must produce more children. What, how's that involve you if I'm to be the queen? But, Mama. Nothing can ever replace your mother. Except for a younger model. But we will have to do things that we don't want to do. I'm all sad now. You should be careful how you deal with people like Saren. You need the goodwill of your nobles as well as your commoners. There haven't been any problems so far. As queen, you must be aware of everything around you. I am paying attention to what's around me. Except not. And go back to the treasury. For no reason. Gotta make you less cheerful, more angry. Angry? Willful and angry. I don't need willful, I just need angry. I guess sports it is. You take to the court for a few games of tennis. Feel the thrill of competition. Angry. Got that little puffed out cheek. Which is a bonus not to Lumen, but military. Also weapons. Do I have Lumen classes right now? Did I have the option to talk to what's-her-face? Ursula? Huh, I'm not really sure. Well, for right now, let's throw ourselves into military, unless we have Lumen training. Strategy? Yeah, no Lumen. I guess maybe I missed my opportunity. Maybe she left entirely. Or something, I don't know. Weird. Military. Strategy. Military. Strategy. Just go all in. You study the strengths and weaknesses of different weapons and battle formations. A double. You study the effects of battle stress on troops and how morale can turn the tide of combat. You study military recruitment and the importance of training and motivation in making soldiers who can trust and depend on each other. It is the time of year to decide any necessary adjustments to the royal budget. Do I have enough knowledge? The majority of the money we will receive is already spoken for, but there is always some room for discretion. Accounting success! I've never passed this one before. Based on the records and notes of your current expenditures, if you maintain the current rate of tax, you will still have 5,996 gold lassie and 26 silver talassi available for special projects. Logistics failed. Trade success! Any little trade disruption shouldn't need more than a few hundred lassie to sort out, at least temporarily. And that's another thing. I think if you fail at everything, you can only either raise or lower. Unless I'm misremembering. Either way, we gotta raise taxes. We need more money. Raise the taxes just a bit. Accounting and trade success. If we address this and this here, most people won't even notice the difference. Ooh, smaller Lodi. Only the ones who can afford it will pay more. Oh. Taxing the rich. As you wish. Alright. Finally, we had a clear success in something. We only failed on logistics and... well, I mean, we still had a partial success, so... I'm taking that as a win. Cool. Mood. Okay. I can make you... no, I don't need to make you less angry. Uh-huh. I got it. What do I do now? Pick up the crystal with your bare hands. Press it against your chest and just shove it right in there. It may hurt a little bit, but whatever, you'll heal. Press it against your chest, over your heart, and say, illuminate. Do it. Okay, here we go. Illuminati! Oh wait, no. Oh. What? What, no rainbows and 360 transformation or anything? You feel dizzy, and both larger and lighter than you were before. Larger? The crystal has disappeared from view, but you know where it is. Wow. I look the same. The priestess here is a friend of mine, a close friend. I will come to your lessons in the faith and train you to use your powers. Yay. So now, I have access to Lumen. I still don't get a bonus in it, but I've got access. And because we're cheerful again, there goes all of my attempt at military training. Game's a rough balancing act. But... places. Lumen! Let us learn to wheel. Just double down on it, get that bonus going. You learn to summon a small glowing light, which you can then move around independently. You learn how to cast rays of white light, which can banish shadows and blind your opponents. You are requested to stand in judgment. A man has been convicted of the murder by strangling of his wife. He does not deny the act, but requests a pardon that he might be set free. If you admit you killed your wife, why do you think I'm going to set you free? That's crazy. Save me, your majesty. Wasn't my fault. Demons made me do it. Everyone knows the power of magical beasties. They used me. They twisted my fingers into chains. Except I don't have magic sensing, so like, oops. My wife found me screaming. She tried to shake me, and the chains wrapped around her. I need the priestesses to bless me and make me clean again. Since magic failed. Demons that make you attack people? Is that even possible? I don't know what executing him does, if it does indeed just end him. But I do know that if you imprison him, bad things happen. So we're going to pardon him and let him be blessed. It's a world of magic! We've been learning that. I'm very sorry for your loss. The monsters are responsible, not you. Don't blame yourself. The priestess of the Royal Grove will take care of purifying you. Bless you, your majesty. Yeah, I'm pretty awesome. Right, so we are too cheerful and too willful. Lonely and afraid. That'll make me less, cheerful, more willful. I don't need to be made more afraid. Or maybe willful is what I need for the lumen. Alright, let's try it. Willful. Yeah, we're gonna do the thing. Yeah, got a bonus to lumen. Needed willpower. For magic. Alright. Glacis. Let's see, if we do a double on that, while we also have the bonus, that may be a bit much, so let's start resisting magic. Because this gets us almost to 40, but it gets us the 25 points that we need to get everything to 25, get a new outfit, probably magical girl, and then start maxing out. You learn to create tiny discs of solid light, which can fly through the air and cut into targets. Ew. You increase your awareness of your own thoughts and emotions, making it more difficult for mind-affecting magic to twist your reactions. Neat. My lady, there is a letter for you. Who sent this? It isn't signed. It appears to be a poem, describing you in a manner that is entirely inappropriate for a queen. What? With a squid? That's hilarious. That's actually pretty funny. Just then, an incredibly unlucky breeze swirls between the windows of your tower bedroom, tugging the paper out of your hands and off into the sky. You stick your head out of the window and discover the poem caught and fluttering on the roof nearby. Which roof? I haven't a clue. Nothing really lines up with that statement. You can almost reach it. Yeah, I'm going to ignore it because fair chance. It requires something like flexibility, which we are not trained in. Or climbing, which we are not trained in. So we're going to ignore it and not die. You get a whole list of ways to die in this. And an achievement for each one, I'm pretty sure. But I want to see how far I can get, you know? I'll collect deaths at a later point. What's the worst that can happen? It blows off and someone reads it and laughs at you? Better than breaking your neck. Besides, if you're lucky, the rain will it will rain and wash the words away. Hey, we got magic. We can just magic it and, like, blow it up. Okay. Well, that made her more cheerful again. Less cheerful. Yeah. Mood. Willful. Skills. Yeah. Yeah. I guess double down on well, no, we're getting a fine bonus going on now. Okay, 1 to resist and 1 to sense magic. There we go. Nice bonus. You close your eyes and learn to feel the magic inside you. It wiggles. You learn to consciously project a magical field through your thoughts, blocking outside magic from touching your mind, but only when you have the energy to consciously resist. You gain innate resistance to light and dark. You can now see in the blackest caves, or stare into the sun without going blind. What a superpower. I regret to inform you that Fabian, the Earl of Titan, and the Duke Regent of Elith has passed away. Ah, it's that old guy we saw. I expected that was coming. What are you, some sort of psychic? Burn the witch. With the control of Elith in doubt, it falls to the crown to make decisions. Young Lord Adair will not reach his 15th birthday for over 2 years. He requires a regent. His stepmother, Oris, the Duchess of Lilla, has petitioned that the boy be left in her care. This would, however, leave her in personal control of 2 neighboring duchies, which is generally forbidden. Yeah. Anything to do with any region, we're gonna fail. Almost the entire eastern border. I don't know anything really bad about her, though. Although the guy before at the dance, he did say to not leave him with her, to leave her with Lilla and her brood, or something to that effect, I forget. The boy does have a living grandfather, the Earl of Ishtar, or you might appoint an unrelated noble to act in his stead. I talked to the late regent at the gala about what he wanted for his son's future. He said that Adair should stay with either his stepmother or his stepsister Adele. Adele would be a less politically dangerous choice. He also said definitely not to give Adair to his grandfather. Yeah, if you send him to the grandfather, this much I do know. He kicks a bucket. Or somebody kills him. Was it Adele that was like doted on him and stuff? Let's do the stepsister thing. I know that you can send him to the uncle, your uncle, and I think it goes okay, but I'm curious about the stepsister. Let him stay with his family, but instead of Aris, give the regency to Adair's stepsister Adele. They've grown up together, and she's old enough for the responsibility. She doesn't have a title of her own and is more likely to be loyal to Ellis' interests. A clever compromise. Thank you. I'm all smart and stuff. Except not. More with the cheer. Less cheerful. More willful. Gotta stay willful. Get that lumen bonus. And my oh my, we're almost a ×2 bonus. It says +2, but it's technically ×2. Let's go 1 to sense, that way we complete the 25 points to everything, and then more to wield magic. Sense, wield. A double, alright. You practice using small amounts of magic and feeling that power outside of yourself. Outside? Your mentor summons up magical energies to strike the nearby ground so that you can learn to sense someone else's spells in use. You've unlocked a new outfit. And it was almost a triple. What was that? 39.98, I think it was. Almost a triple here as well. Boo. By concentrating, you can create a wave of discontent which panics and enrages animals in the area. I guess to fight on your side? You learn to create a blade of solid light, which you can wield like a sword to slice through flesh and stone alike. Neat. There is a woman here to see you. She is a musician and wishes crown patronage. Which means money. With the tiny hat. Yeah, depending on your skills, she can be useful. Sadly, I do not have the skills, so this may not go properly. Your Royal Highness, if you accept me as a member of your court, I will immortalize you in word and song. I have dabbled in musical styles from many countries, and can entertain your guests and enlighten your evenings. I wonder if she also writes naughty poetry. Haha, in reference to things. And then there's that test fail. The musician sings a little ditty to demonstrate her skills with the lute. And failed that too. She's actually pretty good. I don't think there's any detriment to accepting her, but unfortunately I will not be able to use her. Because we don't know any of the intrigue skills. Very well. You can remain as part of the court. I will do my best for you. Yeah, it's fine. I'm indifferent. Let me see. What am I doing? Guess it doesn't really matter so long as I keep her willful for now. I could make her more willful. Why not? Accounting success. You visit the Royal Treasury and check on your available funds, which is another thing that you can do, which is kind of neat. If you unlock the barracks through military skill, you can learn how many troops you have and all, which is nice. You have 8,745 gold lassie and 41 silver to lassie. Lassie and lassie? Yeah, our money has gone up. Ah, and if I'd been able to handle that conflict earlier through combat instead of money, we'd have even more, like 12,000. What's this? Never noticed this before. I've got some fancy furs or something on my bed. Huh. Oh, new outfit. Right. I got a magical girl. I guess so. It looks like something for doing ballet in. That's a weird looking skirt. Anyway, it's a boost to my stuff. I like a nice artificial boost. So let's get back to training with the boost. Go all in on wielding. I guess I'm gonna be maxing out wielding because holy crap, that's quite the boost. You learn to direct a beam of searing light through the end of a staff, burning whatever you point at. By concentrating, you can create a wave of discontent which panics, confuses, and enrages other people around you. Oh boy, I upgraded from animals to people. You learn to shape light into images of things that are far away, or things that don't exist at all. Oh boy. 100! Alright. And quite the boost, too. 16 extra points. You learn to create a powerful explosion of light, burning those caught within, and blinding others who look at it. You learn how to make use of images to wield your other powers at great distance. Make use of images to cast magic? What? Nothing more to learn. Yay! You receive a letter from young Lord Adair. It's a bit messy and hard to read, but he seems to be thanking you for letting him stay with the family he knows. If I recall, if you send him away to the uncle, it's a more neatly written letter, as if it's written by the uncle. But I guess this one's just by him. So all's well that ends well. For now. Nude. Still very willful. Let's make it a little bit less angry. Very, very pink, too. Yeah, we are naturally maxed out in magic. That's great. Or wielding magic, anyway. Now we can work on resisting. Oop. Bumped the wrong button. Places. Resist. Resist. It's nice having a ×2 bonus. You learn to consciously project a magical shield around your body, blocking intrusion. A powerful technique, but you can't keep it up for long. Well, it's magic. It happens. You gain increased resistance against heat and cold, becoming comfortable in different weather and environments, and able to sip hot soup without burning your tongue. Oh boy. You learn how to quickly flare magical shields around you to deflect an incoming attack. This uses much less energy than a constant shield, but it requires good timing to be effective. Oh no. And that thing where we don't max out. Oh. But I think I'll only have to train once more. If we just increase by 25. Yeah. You learn how to maintain a low level so that magical attacks not directly targeted at you will slide harmlessly aside. So splash damage. This doesn't need much power, so you can keep it up for long periods of time. Kirby music. You learn how to directly counter offensive magic with your own power, so that you can burn out a spell that someone else has cast. This is very dangerous if the other spell is too powerful. Oh no. Logistics and trade fail. Aw. Staring up into the sky out your window, you notice a strange flash of light. How is that logistics and trade? Divination, though. Yeah, seriously, how is that logistics and trade? I'm so confused. A falling star at that angle. It means war is coming to Nova. Oh no. At least it might. Not every sign in the stars is meant for me. This is a thing we learned. Still, if there is a war about to happen, this forewarning gives you time to prepare and build your strength. Hire more soldiers. We have the money. You make a note to have the recruiters try to get more soldiers ready for the army. Yes. Smart. Less cheerful. All of the willpower. Oh, jeez. Oh, right, because of the outfit. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm going to work on one more resist. And I've got the bonus to military, so okay, I can start working on that now, too. Excuse me. Oh, maybe that's why I failed on logistics. Hey, why the trade, though? Weird. Anyway, strategy. Yeah, but I have to start working on the other things as well. Crud. I think I can do one training and strategy. Alright, one more to resist. Military, one more to strategy. I don't think that'll bring me up to 50. Yeah, it brings me very close. You learn about how units reinforce each other in the field, gaining strength through proximity and the covering of weaknesses. You may now tour the barracks. Ah, nice, nice. This lets me keep track of the troops. Your increased skill and power gives you innate resistance to mind-affecting magic. Nice. Your understanding of the flow of power gives you increased resistance to damage caused by magic, even without a shield. Nice. You can still be hurt, but less than an ordinary human would be. We are superpowered. What a beautiful day. It's nice to stop and breathe sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you get an event that's just a fun moment. Less willful, more pressure. That's fine. Let's go check out the barracks. Need to rein it in just a little. You are impressed by the discipline of the Novan troops, but the responsibility for their lives weighs heavily on your shoulders. There are approximately 10 battalions, 3 companies, and 1 platoon under your direct command. Woo! So, skills. All done with those 2. I can stand to work on my sensing, but I'm at an even 50. Ooh. That's a ×3. That's pretty great there, though. But I feel like resist and wield would be way more necessary than sensing for the moment. So I'm gonna go into these things and get my military strength going, you know? Military, naval, and logistics. Get them up to the 25 as I am capable. Some sort of odd variant of the Mario theme. You learn that the sea is not something you hold, it is something that you travel across. Naval strategy ensures your free travel, while denying it to your enemies. The sea is not something you hold. Is that in reference to something? Am I missing a joke? I'm not really sure with that. You learn about the types and amounts of food required for an army on the march, and how long it will take and how long they will remain edible. My lady, there are letters for you. Another letter from Brioni. Why does she keep writing me? We were never even friends. She says she's bored and lonely and she's looking forward to seeing me at Quinnell's birthday party. That's right. Her party, Quinnell is about to turn 15. She'll be Duchess of Sudbury for real now. This other letter must be an invitation. Quinnell and I were friends at school, and this will be a big event, but it's a very long way to travel. A lot of things can happen on the road. Divination success. You remember dreaming about a road through a dark forest, surrounded by monsters like the Keithong your father told you about. Of course, the old forest is nowhere near Sudbury. But unfortunately, we have to send our regrets. Because this is an opportunity to die, and we have absolutely no medical training. I forget if anything else helps, but I do know that having, at least battlefield in high points keeps you alive. Otherwise, you just kind of die. So, like, I have to send my regrets. I apologize. I'd better stay here. I wanted to train up extra things, but... again, game's a bit rough with the balancing act. More willful, more angry. More angry. Less cheerful. Yeah, sure. Skills. You know, I can do one of each again, and that should get me to 25 and get the military outfit. At least I got the divination thing for that, so I had a legit excuse. The god said no, I had it in a dream. Yeah, the herbs and the battlefield medicine would have been important during that. Otherwise, like, if I had high enough to that, I could have gone. Would have been fine, maybe. Or at the very least, we would have had a moment. Let's see. What do I want to do? Because I'm also aware that poison is going to come into play soon. Now I'll go ahead with these. You study different kinds of ships, their names, designs, and the number of food needed for each. You study different kinds of ships, their speed, maneuverability, and standard complement. You study the kinds of equipment the soldiers need available, such as bedding, weapons, armor, medicine, bandages, and the tools to repair anything damaged. You study different kinds of transport, animals, wagons, sledges, ships, boats, and boots. Boats and boots. Heh. All of my friends are at Quinnell's party, and I don't get to go. Darn dream. I sent Quinnell a letter saying that I couldn't come, but it was her mother, the Countess, who replied. I think she's insulted that I didn't consider the event important enough to attend. Well, I wanted to, but I also didn't want to die. Less angry. Calm yourself, young one. Okay, so that's unlocked. New outfit. Military. She's all fancy and looks like a nutcracker. Which boosts military. I guess I don't really need the magical girl outfit for right now, considering 2 out of 3 are maxed out. So I can wear the military for whatever bonus that will grant me. And let's go into poison for now, just for safety. I don't know that it'll actually save me, but you never know, maybe. The first treatment for most ingested poisons is to purge the stomach by forcing the victim to eat powdered charcoal, which can absorb dangerous substances. Certain poisons will counteract each other, such that either on their own will kill the victim, but carefully applying a matching amount to the other will cure, which is fascinating about poisons. Matters have come to a crisis. Eris, the Duchess of Lilla, has declared civil war.
What?
Apparently, she feels that you are a weak leader unfit to be the queen, and has managed to sway several others to her banner.
Who is against me? I'll kill them all.
A number of minor earls and countesses, the Duchess of Mead and the Duke of Kegel. Eleth has declared itself neutral for now.
Well, at least that's to my benefit. Adele wouldn't turn traitor that easily, not even if her mother told her to. Yay, I did it good.
The Duchess of Sudbury is with Lilla.
But when I was my friend.
Yeah, if we had been able to go to the thing, they may have stayed out of it. Sudbury is completely surrounded by rebel duchies. She may not have a choice. Or, possibly that. The situation in Hellas and Mera is less clear. I kind of wonder if I were able to do things better at like the gala and other situations, if this would be happening at all. Or if there would be like only one person against me. The situation in Hellas and Mera is less clear. Military success, alright. What forces can she muster? And what are we still holding? We have 4 battalions, 3 companies, and 1 platoon.
I thought we had more than that.
The naval side is, of course, useless in this conflict,
so I don't have to worry.
By my estimate, Eris will field 5 battalions, 3 companies, and 2 platoons.
Oh geez. That's not good.
It will come down to a question of strategy, which I'm trying to work on.
Pity I went into the poison.
There are ways to increase the number of soldiers you have available. You could offer to pardon various imprisoned criminals in exchange for military service.
Pardon them. What could possibly go wrong?
Alright, let's do that.
Criminals probably already know how to fight anyway.
Very well. Forces are in motion, but they will take time to reach their peak.
Meaning I get time to do some more training.
What do we get? Less cheerful. Be neutral. Solid willpower. A calm but willful mind.
Let's see. I need to double down on that strategy. Much as I would like to work more on poison, maybe it'll be a little bit before that happens. Hopefully. Or at the very least, I hope that 22 is enough. Places. Or I could go 1 and also military. Strategy. Let me try and hope. Excuse me.
If a victim is stabbed with the poisoned spine of a sea urchin, the spine must be removed carefully and the afflicted area soaked in very hot water in order to cook out the poison.
Ow.
Now that's a nice bonus right there. You study the effects of different kinds of battle terrain for both offense and defense. You study the power of ranged weapons from arrows to thrown fire and sand, pocket sand, and how the threat of such attacks can shift the enemy's response. You study the use of cavalry in battle, as well as the costs and benefits of traveling with large animals. It just dawned on me, I also need the battlefield medicine training for the best outcome for military, so excuse me, one moment. If it's not obvious, my voice is kind of going on me. Was running a little bit dry. Drinking something did not help. The negotiator for the rebels has arrived to speak with you.
Surrender now, and I will be lenient.
We are not here for surrender, or for our surrender. We are here for yours. Relinquish the authority of the throne, and you will not be harmed. The Duchess Syrsa and her family will rule Nova as regents. You will be allowed to maintain a figurehead title. Many lives will be spared, and your domain will continue to the future in safer, wiser hands.
Never! I am the queen!
Since we cannot come to an agreement, we will meet you on the battlefield.
Off with his head!
Fine. Will that happen? Yep. Willful. Angry. Except,
calm mind. Less angry. Skills, I always like to check just in case. I don't know if I need logistics for any of this. I know that strategy is important, so I can do one more training in that. And I also want to work on my poison training as well for safety. It'd be kind of butts if I get all prepped for the war and then oops, I died of poison. Yeah, I'm going to hope for the best here. And more to strategy. Hopefully poison doesn't get me. Hopefully that event is a distance away. You learn that wounds, even minor ones, should be washed as soon as possible to prevent dirt from growing under the skin. How does dirt grow? I don't know. Oh, I was kind of hoping for 100%. You study the effects of a strong hierarchy, on military organization, and the ability of troops to respond to changing situations. The communication across an army can be difficult. Disrupted signals can lead to chaos. You study famous battles, the disasters and the mistakes which created them, and the turning points in larger conflicts and why they made a difference. What? Cancel. What? I left-clicked. I think my mouse is bugging out lately. War rages. As defending queen, you are required to take personal control of your forces. Your control of magic enhances your claim to divine right of rulership. Alright. Aha! Your Lumen powers cause chaos among your enemies with explosive displays and waves of terror. You lack the strength to take on a whole army by yourself, of course, but they don't need to know that. Battles are won and lost, fallen soldiers decorating the landscape. The final outcome is a victory for your side. Best possible outcome would have been, of course, if I had better with the medical train. But at least the magical girl angle seemed to help. Your forces sweep through the rebellious duchies and are met with cheers by the local population. Aris, the ringleader, is executed, and the other rebels forced to pay tribute to keep their holdings. Of course, there is also the cost paid in lives. Your keen sense of military strategy enabled you to resolve the affair with much less loss of life than might have been expected. Yay. Your medical training. Ah, score. I guess you didn't need much, because I only had 10 points. But your medical training helped you to preserve the lives of some of your wounded soldiers and their captive foes as well. Cool. How lucky was that? Total casualties were almost a half a battalion on your side and 1.5 battalions among the rebels, so it came out slightly better. Of course, there are no more rebel soldiers now. They are once more your loyal subject. Yay! So, alright. That went exceedingly well. I guess I managed to train up everything just well enough. I'll take that. Huh. Let's celebrate with the sports. Yeah, anger. I don't know, it was either that or anything else. I don't have anything that's neutral right now. I don't think going to the dungeon would have been, no results. Okay, so back to it. Yeah, I only had 10 points, so, somehow I did well enough in that. But wasn't it herbs and battlefield or something? Weird. I guess having any points to it at all was enough to help. I wonder, was that the best possible outcome, or if I had higher skill, would we have lost fewer people, I wonder? Okay. So I don't know, artificially maxed out on strategy, or... Yeah, I think I am. I think I was at, like, what, 95? When I leveled it up. So I'll take artificial. So we can start working on naval and logistics. I may double down on naval. No. 1 to naval, 1 to, poison. Yeah, I'm trying to prep for the future. Because I know it's coming. Poison, naval. Oh, I was hoping for a double. Oh, so close to a double. It is possible to become immune to the venom of a particular snake by routinely ingesting very small amounts. However, this protection is temporary and will not provide help against any other snakes. Bummer. A triple, though. You learn about the requirement for all civilized sailors to rescue the crew of a sinking ship, even an enemy. You learn about the challenges to naval warfare posed by unpredictable weather, as well as the dangers of sailing too close to an unknown coastline, because, you know, rocks and stuff. It's a decent sounding song. You learn about the use of ships in transporting ground soldiers between locations. Things have been so unsettled lately. Everyone's on edge. We need something cheerful. You could hold a tournament. What a good idea. I won't be able to participate because I have absolutely no training in anything, but... Knights, jousting, musicians, all sorts of competitions. Everyone loves a contest. What will you offer as prizes to the winners? Status and praise. Employment. Gold. We do have the gold to spare. Employment. Status and praise. Yes. Being declared the best in front of the entire domain should be the prize enough for anyone. Very well. I will draft the announcements. You leave him to his work. As you move through the hall, your eye falls upon a vase of flowers. Pretty, but apparently not getting enough water. The leaves on one blossom have shriveled. Divination? Yes. A leaf killed by a secret weakness. A hidden threat. You continue. Yeah, if you don't pass that, you also have to worry about decoration. Maybe that's how it is with some of the things. I had mentioned earlier with the owl flying overhead that if you do a complete fail, then you're failing at falconry and divination. I guess if you lean one way or the other, then you still succeed at it, and you don't actually need both skills. Neat. I'm learning. You continue up the stairs to your room where a maid is waiting for you. Here we go. My lady. A gift has arrived from Kiggle. From the Duke? No, my lady. A merchant house, I believe. It was sent with a shipment down the Kavala River. Yeah. Here's where we have to cross our little fingers and hope that she doesn't die from this because of the poison training. I don't know how high you need training. It would suck to finally get this far into the game, lumen training it all, and then keel over because you tear open the brightly colored paper to find chocolates! Production and trade success. Chocolate producers in Kiggle usually ship goods down the Nepo River, though, through Ursel, not straight to the capital. This merchant house probably specializes in something else, and only traded for the chocolates. Well, we knew that. So, like, that's nice, I guess. I will say, it is kind of neat that this game has, you know, like, all the different routes, all the connections, everything. Like, it's well written, sort of. Some parts are a bit odd, but, like, that all the bases are covered. There's a little card with the box. With our compliments, the House of Kraylet. Yeah, test dogs failed. There are no dogs, period. I will save it for later, and not eat the candy now. Normally, she just scarfs it right down. So I'm wondering... Like, I failed every check just then, so I'm wondering why I'm getting the choice. Because normally, like I said, just pops them right into her mouth. I'm gonna save it. I don't feel like candy right now, maybe later. Yeah. What helped me in that? I don't know. So yay! All that training in poison. Could have gone to something else. Or maybe because I trained in poison. I don't know. I'm all confused. Maybe I can check the playback later. Yeah, what do we want to do? Willful and pressured? I mean, I'll still be more willful than anything. I'll check my barracks. You're impressed by the discipline of the Novan troops, but the responsibility yada yada. There are approximately 9 battalions, 1 company, and 1 platoon under your direct command. We've gone up. Skills. A little bit more in the naval strategy. Yeah, I'm as trained in poison as I can be until I work up these 2. So I guess training that one more time would have, was all that I could do anyway. What do I want to do then? I like that I've almost got a 3 times bonus on military right now, from all the training I've done. Oh, bother. I have absolutely nothing to history, intrigue, any of that that's, like, important to dealing with people. I'm just sort of bumbling my way through everything, and I'm apparently really good with military might. Let's go naval strategy. And 1 to flexibility to get that outfit, I guess. Naval strategy. Athletics. No, agility. Flexibility. You practice circling your arms and making kicking motions with your legs to stretch out your limbs. Yeah, it's got to be limber if we're going to be magical girl in war. You practice bouncing motions with your arms and legs to increase the muscular effect. You've unlocked a new outfit. Yay. Hey, a triple. You study the cost, time, and materials required to construct new ships. You study blockades, both setting them and breaking them. You study the effect of cannons against coastal installations, such as enemy docks and seaside villages. This is the week of the general tournament. Nobles and commoners alike have turned out to compete against each other. The people will be pleased if you participate in their games. However, it would expose you to danger. Yes. What event would you like to take part in? Sadly, we can do none of these. We have no horse training. We have no, spear training, or whatever it is. Lance? I forget, but we don't have training. We have no sword training. We have no archery training. We've got a little bit in voice for singing, but not enough. Plus, I think that would be like instruments. And we have no falconry training. So sadly, we cannot take part. So I would assume music would be the safest option for us. I guess I'll just watch from my tower all alone. The tournament goes on without you. After the tournament, a minor tragedy is revealed. Oh no. One of the stewards apparently had an incredible sweet tooth and dared to steal a piece of your recently received chocolates. He had a sweet tooth. The chocolates were poisoned. Dun dun dun. And that's what happens when you save it for later, I guess. When you ask questions, it turns out that the merchant house which supposedly sent you this present never existed. Which if you knew, like the internal affairs, local regions, yada yada yada, you would automatically know that and probably be like, throw this away, guards, investigate. Someone has tried to kill you, but you don't know who. Eek. I'm all scared and stuff. Except I'm not, I'm neutral. Make me less depressed. Oh, let's see. I am artificially 100% naval. So I guess I can work on logistics. And what? I got a new outfit. Boost agility and a tutu. The coloration's kinda neat. I like the little gradient. But the tights on the legs, she's just like glowing. She's emitting her own light. She's so pale. Back to military, please. There we go. Skills. I can start working on these. But I don't think I will for now. I'll work on climbing and logistics. Athletics, there we go. Climbing. And logistics. You practice climbing up and down fixed ladders, driving out any fear of heights and learning to move swiftly and surely. I think we would have needed at least 20 to climb up the hedge and statue and all before. Unless 10 would have gotten the statue since it would have been a fixed ladder. I don't know. Again, I would have to check a guide for some of the stuff in this. You learn about the support costs created by support. Okay. Support costs created by support. How much does support? The more equipment you have, the more people and animals are needed to move them. And then those people and animals also need to be fed and equipped. You learn about the difficulty of obtaining new supplies from the field. Enemy civilians may hide or destroy supplies rather than let them fall into your hands, and friendly civilians may not stay friendly if you rob them. You study how to determine when to jettison or destroy excess goods for speed, and how to avoid overreaching. My lady, your father wishes to speak with you. He says it's urgent. Fine, I'm coming. You find your father dead. Oh, crap. You find your father standing over a map of the coastline, his face grave. Ships have been sighted on approach from Shanjia. Not trade ships. This is a war fleet. What? And if I had, I think, foreign affairs or something like that, I would have more knowledge of the coming threat. Like the one actually leading the threat. Within a week, they will be in Novan waters. Within 2, they could reach the capital. Then we will fight to defend ourselves. Bloodthirsty little thing, aren't you? Yes. You can try to use the treasury funds to hire additional soldiers, but it may be difficult on short notice. Recruit them! We have the money! Fine, we'll do that. What about Talas? Can we call on any troops from Sedna? Send a message, but even if he agrees, it will take time for his soldiers to mobilize. You will need to draw up a naval strategy for our ships to carry out. I can do that! I got like 100 points. You could choose to act as admiral and lead the fleet in person, but the danger to you would be very great. Unless you think your personal skills will make a difference, I would strongly advise against it. I'm gonna do it. Like I said, I got like 100 points. The risk is mine to take. I will lead us to victory or go down in a burning ship in the ocean. You have your mother's heart. It's on a jar right here. There is one more thing. I hesitate to ask, but did you take the shiny jewel from the treasury? Yes. Ah, crap. An invasion. This is the sort of disaster for which Lumen's power may be worth the cost. If the fleet could be destroyed before they reached our waters, many lives would be saved. I don't know any magic that could sink a whole fleet. I'll have to talk to my mentor. Can I get the Ultima spell? Maybe Meteor? You find the Duchess of Ursul in her guest quarters. A fleet from Shanjia is attacking us. Is it possible to sink them all with magic? It is easy enough to attack one soldier, one ship, as a demonstration, but to obliterate an entire fleet. You would need an immense amount of power to spread over a large area, more than any one lumen could control. If you tried to raise that much power yourself, you would die. Not could. Would. So it's hopeless. We'll just have to rely on our soldiers, our normal, human soldiers. Non-magical. We're gonna die. Oh, let's see. I want to make you more willful. More willful, more angry. Or I can make you less willful, more pressure. No. More willful and angry. This is war. Yada 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 yada. Cool. There must be a better way to deal with the... Oh, let's see. I can do one more to logistics. Is that actually going to benefit me in war? I think the main thing I need is just naval strategy, right? If we're just doing naval battles. I don't know. I hope I don't need swimming points. If I get knocked off the boat, I guess I'm screwed. I just sink. I guess I could do one to logistics, and then one to sense magic. See if I can boost up. I mean, I've got it almost ×4 on Lumen. Much as I would like to keep working on climbing. Lumen. Sense. Well, I got it up to 60 anyway. You close your eyes and call out when you detect your mentor. Oh, this is the magics. Call out when you detect your mentor casting a silent spell beside you. You learn to detect ongoing enchantments, such as blessed weapons, that can do magical damage. You learn to tell the difference between different kinds of magical signatures, so that you can tell roughly what a spell you detect is meant to achieve. Murder. Also nice. Ah, so close. Well, my current outfit should help with the logistics, get everything to 100. Yay! You learn about how to calculate enemy war preparations based on the movement of goods within their lands. Armies do not spring up full-formed overnight. You study the benefits of looting as a troop motivator versus the negative effects on civilian populations. You learn to calculate how effective military strength wanes over distance from a home position, as it becomes more difficult to put pieces into play. Would you stop that? I am left clicking. Ooh, new scene. On the sea. Danger on the high seas! They look a little low to me, but alright. Ships close in on each other, angling into range. That's why I was trying to work on my climbing. You take your position with a spyglass, watching the enemy movements closely and shouting out any necessary changes in plan. The Shanxians have half again as many troops as you do. It doesn't look promising. Wield magic, success! Your skill in long-range magic makes you as effective as a cannon, and more maneuverable. But there are far too many ships for you to take each one out individually. Why? The eventual outcome is not in your favor. War. Failed. Oh, because I didn't climb? I needed to climb for that? Baloney. The Novan ships are sunk or scattered as the Shanxian forces press toward landfall. Well, that's a bummer. Strategy and naval strategy success. At least I got that. Was it serious? Did I seriously fail a war because I couldn't climb well? The heck, game. Your grasp of strategy allows you to recognize when the tipping point has been passed, and order your remaining vessels to retreat before they are destroyed. Man, all that prep work for nothing. This saves lives, but it means leaving the Novan approach completely unguarded. Many good soldiers were lost today, but Nova's troubles have not ended. Since you have failed to repel the invasion, the Shanxian fleet will soon land and their troops will begin to progress towards your capital city. Your remaining soldiers will hold them off as long as possible, of course, but the main strength of your military has been exhausted. Nova's future looks bleak. All because I couldn't climb a rope. The heck? Alright, Does it matter what I do right now? Depressed and pressured. Why depressed? Let's get angry. You take to the court for a few games of tennis, and then bash your opponent in the head in a fit of rage. Bruh. I mean, I'm already maxed out on military, and apparently it didn't serve me well enough. It got me to escape. I guess I could have died on the sea. Unless it would have come down to, oh no, you can't swim and you drown. I wonder how much climbing ability I needed for that. Pokemon Shield. Neat. The wield. With the wolves. Anyway, I don't know what to put anything towards right now. Because, spoilers, we're coming up on a boss fight. And it's a guy who, if you know enough about the history and all that, you're able to use your voice and sing a song for him. Sadly, I do not know that fact, nor do I have nearly enough voice for that, so I can't do that. Can go into more sensing of magic. Well, naval strategy is no longer necessary. So let me change outfits. Magical Girl to boost Lumen. Still so weird looking. Why is it so poofy? I mean, the little wand is kind of neat with the wings, but the outfit is just... What are these? The little poofy cuffs. What does that do? Skills. Okay, a nice boost, but I need to train at least once more in sensing magic. And... what? I don't know. I don't know. Pity I was never able to work on royal demeanor much. I'd have better presence and I'd like, I don't know, maybe I could be an imposing force against the villain or something. I don't know what to do with the final thing. I feel like I'm just as well doing a little throwaway. I don't know. Let's put a couple points to running. Or reflexes. Yeah, let's go reflexes. And sense magic. That'll max me out as Magical Girl. And give me more reflexes. You practice running at high speed, back and forth over a small area, making quick turns and changes in direction. It brings me so close to 100 natural. Bummer. You expand your magical perceptions to give you some idea of where a detected spell was cast from and how long ago. You learn to detect the latent power that signifies a lumen even when he or she is not actively working magic. I wonder if you needed that by the time of the gala and would have known, like, her aunt, I forget her name, was doing magic or something? That's quite the ask there. Getting up to 80 that early in the game. You expand your senses, learning to detect spells and magical creatures at greater distance. Either way, we've at least got artificially 100 on all of the magical girl things. Hopefully, this comes in handy. The invasion of Nova is proceeding. Your coastline is under Shanjian control. Soldiers have marched through villages, trampling fields and frightening citizens. How dare they? A diplomatic delegation from Shanjia has requested access to the castle to discuss terms, most likely for your surrender. You lack the strength to hold off their armies, and surrendering now will save many lives. It would seem that you have no choice. Almost no choice. Your fiancé, Duke Talaris of Sedna, has sent you a message. He does not personally command enough soldiers to turn the tide against this invasion, but his king Entelas is eager to discuss a formal alliance. If you flee the capital now, you should be able to evade the army and reach the Chalasian border. Meet with the diplomats. If you run away, it just ends there. Meet with the diplomats, what happens? You prepare yourself as best you can to meet with the representatives from Shanjia. You expect diplomats and a military representative, a general or admiral. You did not expect the handsome man decked in jewels, who now stands before you, a man announced by your servants as Togami, King of Shanjia. Yeah, if we knew these things, we'd know exactly who he was. He used to be a bard, made his way in, so he's like a sneaky guy. Is he really their king? Why would a king come all the way here? Sense magic. And he's a lumen too. Not evil looking at all, is he? Solid white hair, black crown, red jewels, black outfit, red eyes. My dear young lady, how difficult this must be for you. So much responsibility for age. Failed. Don't pretend to be my friend while you're killing my people, you big dummy. Temper, princess. After all, I am here to save your people. War benefits no one, don't you think? And yet, you're the one who started it. Such a terrible waste. Better to settle things in a civilized manner. A contest, a game, so to speak, with Nova as the stakes. Should I win, then your domain will submit and accept me as overlord with no further resistance. Should I lose, then my army will leave your domain in peace and shed no more blood. What sort of game? Chess. Ah, crap. It is well known that Nova is ruled by lumens. As it happens, I too possess the power of a lumen. I propose a formal duel. My powers against yours. The winner takes control of Nova. The loser dies. Your game by your rules for my life? That doesn't sound very fair to me. The rules of formal dueling have been passed down for centuries and must be upheld. It is important that we do this by the ancient codes. Why should I? I'm not ancient like you. If you refuse, then the war will continue. I'll sweeten the deal. If you meet me in a formal lumen challenge, I'll call off the invasion even if I win. Really? I swear it by the gods. Nova will be free and safe. Why take that risk? You're winning the war. It's not your land that I want. It's your crystal. To gain your power, I am willing to wager my own. Shall we begin? I can sense its power. It's so strong. Giggity. I've learned everything I possibly could, but he's at least as good as I am. Meaning I probably need other skill checks, which I probably won't have. This may not go well. I don't like this, but what choice do I have? Foreign intelligence and lore failed. Yet that's the part where if you knew enough about it. Lore? The heck? I know I should have put points toward that. Darn it all. Yeah, if you knew enough about foreign intelligence, that's where it would come in. Oh, he used to be a bard. I can use that and then sing a sweet melody. I accept his terms, I guess. I'm gonna go down fighting. Then, I must. Togami explains the rules of formal dueling to you, including a carefully inscribed circle of words, which will contain the effects of any powers you wield, protecting bystanders from danger. Well, at least we have that. And then it is time to begin. Resist magic success. Ooh, fancy. You trade attacks. One spell sensed and countered by another. Reserving your strength as much as possible. It might also be exciting if your life weren't on the line. Since magic success. You need to end this quickly before his experience allows him to come up with a trick you can't defeat. He's used to dealing with magical attacks, but he might not be expecting a physical one, which we don't have the physical prowess. Perhaps if you rushed him, which we don't have run ability, you could take him off guard. Up close he couldn't use his fancy spells, but what would you do then? Nothing. You still have to use magic to win. You can't just grab him and bang his head on the floor. Wield magic, success. Perhaps you could focus your power into the shape of a sword and attack him with that, despite the fact we don't have sword skill. Or maybe you could distract him somehow. You could cast a spell that he couldn't block. Dazzle him! Decoration failed. Crap. You throw out a dazzling shower of sparks, hoping to blind him and seize the advantage. It doesn't work. Swirls of dark smoke rise from the floor at your feet, spinning around you like a black hurricane. You know you have to stop it, but how? It's all around you, and there's nothing to target. Faster and faster it spins, making it hard to breathe until finally, everything goes dark, and we die. Yeah. Noted. So I can play through again, playing similarly, but I can also learn either swordsmanship or decoration. And considering decoration comes in multiple times throughout this, I feel it might benefit me the most going with that. What did I say? Swordsmanship or decoration? I need decoration. There was that time in the hallway, there was like multiple times at the gala, and other royal affairs, and then this. With that said, this is the best that I've ever done as far as surviving and making it to that portion. It's gotten a lot bleaker in the past. Elodie did not survive to reach her coronation. Nova would have to go on without her. I wonder if the naval thing would have gone better if I were better at climbing? I'm gonna check a guide after this. I want to see if climbing would have saved the day. Yeah. But we are at the end of stream. Amazing how this entire story apparently lasted right at 3 hours. Wild. Oh. So quit game. Funny thing is, if I had saved at some point, I could have reverted back to that. If dying doesn't just get rid of it. I think it does, but I can't recall. Excuse me. Yeah, I could have reverted and then trained up something else instead of, like, I don't even know what. I guess just not bother with presence and just put any of that training into climbing or swords or decoration. Just the fact that I lost a naval war because I couldn't climb. That's butts there. Excuse me. But at least it was a valiant attempt. We actually got to try to do the magical girl thing. I've never actually made it to that. Usually everything else would proceed beyond a point where accessing the training would actually help. Because I would always be too focused on trying to do everything else, or getting prepped for war, or whatever, and then oops, I cannot train in Lumen, or the mood wouldn't lend itself to me well enough. So like, yay, I at least did that this time. I knew something would come in during that last bit, that I would need more than just the magic skills. I just didn't know what to expect. But hey, that's the type of game it is. You play, you die, you learn, you do better, maybe. But anywho, this has been another live stream with me, Mr. Skysen. If you joined me in the chat, thanks for that. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time, and remember to stay groovy.